As businesses started to be built along Mackenzie Avenue, one of the earlier ones was what's now the Big Bend Cafe. It was built at that location in 1904 as a jewelry store, and it actually continued to be operated as a jewelry store until the 1980s. One man, Buse, owned it from 1911 until 1953, when he sold it to my father-in-law, James English. And Jim operated it until 1976, and then it had one or two more owners before it finally closed down. But the jeweler was kind of an important person in a community, especially in a railway town, because all of the railway workers had to have their watches checked on a regular basis to ensure that they were operating on time, keeping good time, because if you had a watch that was off by a couple of minutes, it could actually cause a railway accident. So that was a really important feature of the jeweler. We have a clock in the museum that was used as the regulator clock, and that was the one that they would match the watches to. And I know when my father-in-law had the business, he would have on CBC radio, which still has a 10 o'clock time signal, and he would coordinate that clock every day with the 10 o'clock time signal to make sure that it was dead accurate. The building next to it, actually the two buildings next to it, it's now the Taco Club and formerly Grizzly Books, were both built by the same builders in 1912 and in 1913. That was Foote and Pratolini, and they were the same building firm that built the courthouse. And so you can see they're fairly similar in design. Both of local brick, but both have some really nice little features on them and a couple of slight differences. There's a single stairway entrance to access both of them from the main floor there. The front windows have been changed over the years, but the buildings themselves, the building structure is pretty much as they were. Those ones didn't need too much work when they were restored, just the cleaning up, repainting the trims.